Hello guys, welcome back to Live STEM. If you guys see me looking down, it's because I do have some notes written and I'm just looking at my notes. I hope you guys are doing good and are staying safe. Let's go ahead and talk about today's activity. Today's activity is called Penny Change. And for this activity, we will be needing vinegar, which I have here. And we will be using 1/4 cup of vinegar, and salt, it would be 1 teaspoon of salt. And we will be using a non-metal container. Today I will be using a Petri dish, glass Petri dish. And also you guys need something to mix the solution or the mixture. And I will be using a popsicle stick. And we will be needing 3 dirty pennies, as you guys can see right here. And before we go on to today's activity, I have 3 questions for you guys. The first question is, how dirty do you think pennies are? The second question is, can we clean a penny so it looks shiny? And the third question is, how do you think we can clean the penny to look shiny? Okay. The first question, how dirty do you think pennies are? In my opinion, I believe that pennies are very dirty, as you guys can see here, because everybody touches a penny, and it's just everybody handles pennies, and their hands are dirty, and we don't really wash our hands before we get change or pennies money in general. And the second question is, can we clean a penny to look shiny? The answer is yes, we can. The third question is, how do you think we can clean a penny so it looks shiny? The answer to that is we can use vinegar and salt and combine them into a mixture and just dip the pennies in there and leave them there for a couple seconds, and then take them out, put them in fresh water, and just we have clean pennies. Let's go on to the activity. I will be moving you guys so you guys can see the counter and the pennies. Okay, so right here I have a Petri dish with 1/4 cup of vinegar and 1 teaspoon of salt, and I already mixed it to save time. And we're just gonna set it down on a napkin. And let's take our 3 pennies. I have one right here. And let's put it into the solution. The second penny. And the third penny. As you guys can see, oh, I don't think you guys can see clearly. Here's the solution with the pennies, and let's leave them there for a couple of seconds. And I don't know if you guys can see that the pennies are getting lighter and lighter. And in the meantime, while we have those pennies there, let's get another container. I'm going to use another Petri dish, the other half of it. And we're just going to put fresh water. In this case, I'll be using a water bottle. And we're going to pour some in there, and this is just going to be used to clean the pennies, to rinse them out basically. And I'm gonna put it over here where you guys can see. And I don't know if you guys are able to see. I'll bring the camera or the pennies closer to the camera. I put the napkin on the bottom so you guys can see how they're becoming lighter and lighter than before. And now we're gonna get our pennies. I'm gonna use a popsicle stick and then just dip them in the fresh water or tap water. There you go. And now we're gonna move this one to the side, and then we're just gonna give them a stir. And then from there, we're just gonna take them out. And dry them with a napkin. As you guys can see here, there is a noticeable difference than before on the pennies. They look much shinier. I have a question for you guys. Looking at the pennies and how they came out, what would happen if we left the pennies a little bit longer in the solution or in the mixture of vinegar and salt? Do you guys think it would be a little bit more shinier, or it would stay the same? You guys can go ahead and try it. If you guys do decide to go ahead and do this activity, you can leave some pennies. You can put a bunch of pennies in there and take some out, or take one out every 10 seconds, 30 seconds, and you guys can leave them up to a minute and see what happens, the reaction it has. So as you guys can see, I do have another penny, an extra penny, just to compare. And can you guys tell which one's the dirty penny and which one's the clean penny? If you guys said that this one over here is the penny that we cleaned, you guys are right. And it does look shinier than before. And I'm just showing you guys a before and after, just comparing two pennies, a dirty penny, which is this one right here, and a clean penny, which is the one over here. And looking at that, do you guys, I'm gonna put the pennies up here on top of the napkin, and I'm just gonna separate them. This one in the corner is the dirty penny, and these are the clean pennies. As you guys can tell, here, let me put it up close to the camera. As you guys can tell, the pennies are still a bit dirty, but that's because I didn't leave it in the solution or mixture long enough. But you guys are welcome to test it out and see what the pennies look like after 45 seconds in the mixture. And then if you guys want to, you guys can take them out after a minute and see and compare them and contrast them to the 30-second one. I have a question for you guys. Why do you think that happens? Why do you guys think that the vinegar and the salt mixed together cleans the pennies? I'm going to be explaining why. And the reason why the pennies look more shiny than before, and again, I'm just going to leave these right here. again, this is the dirty penny, and these are the 3 pennies that we put into the solution. The reason why the pennies are shinier is because some of the pennies are made up of copper, and some are made up of copper and zinc. And when a penny looks dirty, like this one right here, that it looks dirty because it's covered with copper oxide, and copper oxide is the result of copper reacting to oxygen that's in the air. And vinegar is an acetic acid which reacts with salt, also known as sodium chloride, and produces sodium acetate and hydroxide chloride, which removes copper oxide from the pennies. And it results in the pennies looking more shiny than before. And again, I'm just going to show you guys a quick result. Again, if you guys can tell by the light that some of the pennies are shiny, or shinier than the penny that wasn't touched at all and just dirty. With this being said, I have a question for you guys. Is it possible to turn clean shiny pennies, and make them look dirty and dull? And the answer to that question is yes. You guys can make them look dirty, and we can turn shiny pennies like these, the ones we just cleaned, and turn them to look greenish. If you guys want to learn how to turn shiny pennies and turn them to green, you guys can look into the following videos that we will be posting. I will do another experiment if you guys are interested in learning how to turn shiny pennies into green pennies. Just keep checking in, and I will be making the video because it's very interesting how we can clean them, how pennies can be cleaned and they can be turned green. And just stay tuned for that video, which will be coming up soon. But if you guys want to go ahead and try it on your own, you guys can. All you guys have to do is place a paper towel in the bottom of the container, like this. And again, this is a Petri dish that I'm using, and you just cover it up with the lid after putting a paper towel like this with vinegar. This paper towel actually has vinegar, and you put the penny inside, and you cover the Petri dish, or in this case your container, with a lid, and just leave the penny in there for hours, and you guys can keep looking and make observations every 3 hours or up to 8 hours, and see how the penny changes from shiny, which is right here, to green. And again, I will be making this video sometime near the future, and that way you guys can go ahead and follow through. And just food for thought, if you guys want to go ahead and try it out before the video comes out, you guys are more than welcome to, and then you guys can compare your results to mine. And That's it. I hope that you guys do try this activity and compare the dirty pennies you guys have to the clean ones, to the ones that you guys cleaned, if you guys do decide to make this activity or do this activity. It's a really fun activity, and I hope you guys have an awesome day and stay safe.